Man, it's been a minute since we test rode an Arctic Cat. In fact, it was 4 years ago that Textron pulled the sheets off an all-new Wildcat XX. And today, we've got a Wildcat XX Black Hills Edition. I'm going to be telling you what makes this vehicle so special and do my best to answer some of the questions you've been asking us about this machine. Before we get into specifics about the XX, I will let you know that from what we've seen here in Thief River Falls, it feels like Cat is back on the throttle. There's a refocus on their dealers in getting product back into dealerships, which has steadily improved of late. Production is up and running, and the plant's busy, and there's a palpable feeling of optimism around Cat that we haven't seen in a while. The Wildcat XX, as well as the Alterra 600 and Prowler Pro models, are assembled right here in Thief River Falls, Minnesota by hardworking Americans. The frame, ROPS, and suspension components, as well as other parts, are manufactured here as well. It's still powered by Yamaha's bulletproof 998cc triple, churning out a claimed 130 horsepower, which is mated to Arctic Cat's ADAPT continuously variable transmission. No, the XX is not turbocharged, but I will say this about its power delivery. When you step on the gas, you can feel every bit of the 130 horsepower hit the ground as its tires hook up. And blasting through trails and whooped out straightaways, the power on tap is ample and more than enough to keep the average driver smiling. The base model XX is competitively priced at just over 23 grand US and features the 130 horsepower 998cc triple I mentioned earlier. Now, that's more power on tap than a Razor XP1K Premium for less money. This Black Hills Edition, which by the way is only available in the US, sorry Canada, is priced at almost 28 grand US, which is up around the same price as a Razor Pro XP or an X3. Now, this Black Hills Edition is a really nice package and there's lots of value there. However, in my humble opinion, I feel like its pricing could present some challenges for Arctic Cat. Regardless though, let's take a look at what this package includes for that extra cost. The Wildcat XX Black Hills Edition features 32-inch Kenda cleaver tires, an all-new stronger and more durable Transaxle with 40% lower gear ratio for increased traction in lower gears. It also features Arctic Cat's ADAPT clutch and a new completely sealed clutch cover that allows more airflow to the clutches to keep belt temps running cooler. It also includes a front bumper, a worn winch, rock sliders, and a standard roof. Probably the coolest feature on the Black Hills Edition that sets it apart from the base model XX is its factory-installed Garmin Tread GPS. The GPS features a full-color 5.5-inch screen, detailed maps and satellite imagery, plus it features vehicle orientation and a group ride function that lets you keep track of your friends that are out riding with you. We had a chance to use the Garmin Tread GPS and it's a really nice system. It's bright, colorful, and easy to use and can be operated with your gloves on. Plus, the screen can be removed quickly and fits in your pocket so you can take it inside with you at the end of your ride. Its race-inspired suspension features unequal length A-arms up front, a beefy trailing arm rear suspension, and 18 inches of travel is achieved thanks to premium Fox 2.5-inch QS3 shocks featuring bottom-out control. These shocks allow you to adjust between soft, medium, and firm settings and feature bottom-out control, which provides an extra 3,000 pounds of damping force when you hit a massive G-out. Now, some of you rock stars out there think you might need more adjustability out of your shocks than just 3 settings, but for the majority of riders, 3 positions is all you'll ever need. And adjustments can be made quickly and easily thanks to the larger dial knob, and these shocks don't require tools to make adjustments. There is some noticeable body roll, but as you adjust to it, you quickly learn that you can drive through it and counter steer while you accelerate out of the corners. The faster you start to take on big whoops and really start challenging the suspension, the smoother the ride becomes, and it tackles big bumps like you're floating on a cloud. The XX Black Hills Edition also features shift on the fly 2 to 4-wheel drive and an all-new locking front diff for tackling more aggressive scenarios. Couple that with the new lower gear ratio Transaxle, 15 inches of ground clearance, and the 32-inch Kenda cleaver tires, and this machine is capable of attacking any aggressive riding conditions you can talk yourself into. I mentioned it earlier, but I love the fact that Cat included a roof on the Black Hills Edition, and I'm a big fan of these full doors. They're at the right height and they go all the way to the bottom. In Luke's last test ride of the XX, he did point out how the frame member hidden under this panel made getting in and out of the Wildcat a bit more challenging, and I gotta agree. Getting in and out of this machine all day did start to feel like a bit of a chore. However, I feel the same way about getting in and out of an X3, so it just might be my age showing. Truthfully though, it's not going to be a deal breaker, and if you own this machine, you'd probably figure out a way to live with it. Further to my very short list of gripes about this vehicle is this area around the Garmin GPS. It kind of looks like it was done in a shop and not done in the factory, and I feel like because it's such an important accessory on this vehicle, they could have done a better job of integrating this into the dash. It would have looked prettier and would have really highlighted the fact that it's an important part of this vehicle. The digital instrumentation is the same unit we've seen from Cat for the last decade. We have the same opinion about the gauges on Cat snowmobiles and feel that Arctic Cat has enough resources at its disposal to produce a brighter digital display featuring a full color screen that shows a wider variety of vehicle information. We have to think Cat's actively working on something like this that will be used across the board on its sleds and off-road vehicles. The Black Hills Edition comes standard with a 65 amp alternator and pre-installed wiring, so it's ready for accessories like auxiliary lighting or a soundbar. While I can't speak to the long-term durability of this machine, it has been designed with durability in mind, like double shear steering and suspension components, a forged aluminum front knuckle, oversized front and rear wheel bearings, a hanging rear drivetrain, and removable rear bottom skid plates, so you can beat on your Wildcat, and with proper care and maintenance, it'll keep coming back for more. The side-by-side market is incredibly competitive, with more powerful machines featuring more advanced technology being introduced every season. The Wildcat XX Black Hills Edition proves to us that Arctic Cat's listening to its customers and taking this market seriously.